Good morning, Romel Santiago here once again. As you can see, one of my cats is joining us today. So today we're going to be talking about the various parts of a relationship, and I'm going to just keep it kind of quick and easy by utilizing the structure of a monogamous relationship, where there's two parties within the relationship. So if you are in an ethically non-monogamous relationship, just take this and expand it. If you are dating yourself or a solo, just take this and kind of limit it, so to speak. But so when we talk about a relationship, um, like I said, just the monogamous two individuals within the dynamics of an agreed upon relationship and an agreed upon dynamic where everything is ethical and there's communication going on, there's always going to be three parts. There's going to be my part, my partner's part, and the space between us. So think of it as like a street. There's two sidewalks, and then between the sidewalks, there's a street, right? I am responsible for my side of the sidewalk. My partner is responsible for their side of the sidewalk, and together, the relationship is responsible for maintaining the street. In order for me to show up fully and authentically within a relationship, I have to prioritize myself. This means I prioritize myself over dependence, over my partner. I'm sure if you've ever taken a flight somewhere, you've heard the flight attendant say, before putting on the mask or helping anybody else put on their oxygen mask, you put your shit on first. Same thing in a relationship. We have to be able to maintain our independence. We have to be able to maintain a level of autonomy. We have to be able to take care of ourselves before we can take care of our partner. So that means engaging in as much self-care as you need in order to fully recharge yourself, right? We all know what this device is. It's a cell phone. Most folks, before they go to bed, they plug this bitch in next to their bed or in their room or in a place where it can get recharged. In order to show up fully for ourselves, for everybody else, for work, for what have you, we have to be able to recharge our own battery. And it's our partner's responsibility to be able to carve out space so that they can recharge their own battery. Once we're both recharged, or all parties within the relationship are recharged, we can then take care of our relationship. In terms of priority, I always tell my clients that our priority should always be ourselves, our partner, then our dependents. Because if I am prioritizing my dependence over my partner and I are not a united front, and that creates the perfect opportunity for dependence, aka children, to begin splitting. Mommy, I want a cookie. Mommy says no. Daddy, I want a cookie. Daddy says yes because daddy doesn't know what mommy just said. When we are a united front, we can show up fully for our dependents. That means not ignoring our partner. That means being able to make sure that we are going on date nights, make sure that we are creating times for intimacy and play and a relationship care. The same way we need to recharge ourselves, we need to be able to recharge the relationship. Because if we're spending all this time on ourselves and we're neglecting the relationship, we are then neglecting our partner. And how can we show up? How can we expect our partner to show up for us if we're not showing up for them? So something to keep in mind is, how do I know when I am recharged? How do I know when I need self-care? How do I know when I'm burnt out? From not just work, how do I know I'm burnt out at home? How do I know when I'm burnt out from my responsibilities, from all of the people that depend on me, all of the intersectionality of who I am as a person as it relates to everybody around me, everybody who needs something from me. right? We can get burnout on therapy. We can get burnout on recovery support groups. We can get burnt out on church. We can get burnt out on spirituality. We can get burnt out in a lot of areas. So how do I show up for myself and identify those early warning signs and triggers that let me know that I need to take care of myself. I need to detach myself from the situation so that I can show up fully. Same thing when it comes to the relationship. How am I and my partner sitting down on a regular basis to check in, to have conversations, to revisit old conversations, to revisit some of the plans and expectations that we've had and agreed upon in past conversations so that we can continue to show up fully within the dynamics of the relationship in the agreed upon terms. So I know that's a lot, but when it comes to the various parts of a relationship, there's always going to be my part, my partner's part, and that space in between. I am responsible for my side of the street, or I'm sorry, my sidewalk. I am also responsible for helping myself and my partner to maintain the relationship, aka the street. How do I make sure that the potholes are getting filled in, that everybody is respectful of the limits, boundaries, and that we're not violating some of the agreed upon terms that we've already talked about? And how do we make sure we revisit those those conversations? So some food for thought. So I am going to encourage you just to begin thinking about some of these particular ways that you show up for yourself, and we revisit some of those conversations so we can fully show up within the relationship. On that note, we do have to pause, but I hope you all have a wonderful, amazing rest of this beautiful day, and I will see you soon.